Hey, everybody. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here at Black and Orange. Look who's here. Oh my gosh, I didn't put the names up. Aiden's here from Aiden Reads Tarot. Do follow Aiden. And Aiden was kind enough to come on with me today, and we're going to read on the kind of political stuff. So this poor man he's brought his waders because we are going into the muck. The muck of politics.
Yes, I have my flotation devices on.
And it better be something that, is waterproof, muck-proof, and possibly smell-proof in order to get through the energy of some of these questions.
Yes, I have my hazmat gear on and flamingo floaties.
I love that. I love that. That is perfect. All right, so just so everybody knows, 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. Matter of fact, I'm about to pay them for last quarter. And if you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are there and they're time-stamped. So on any of the live streams, you can just drop in, just look in the description, pick and choose. I want to hear about that and that and that. And, so you don't have to listen to the whole thing if you don't want to. Or another option I do with long videos sometimes is I up the speed to 1.25. So other than this part up at the top where I'm talking very quickly, I find that helps me because I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch crazy amounts of YouTube. But anyway.
Yeah. Hi, everybody in the chat that's saying hi to me. You guys are so nice. I'm so glad to be here today.
Well, Aiden is not only handsome, but he is talented. So he's adding his good energy here today, and I'm grateful.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're going to start in with they're pretty. Oh, good. The epic nails. I'm glad you like them. I was concerned. Some people don't like the craziest of the nails, but guys, I've got a stellium. I've got a Sagittarius stellium, and I've got Uranus in my 5th house of what I create, the rebel, and plus the Sagittarius energy of color. And so I can't stay in the box.
I love it. I love your nails. I just love how you match every single detail. Like we're in a swamp today. We have little fireflies and it matches your nails. Like, oh my gosh, so fun.
I grabbed the color, the bluish green color of the grass, and I went to the opposite color tool, an opposite color tool, to get the right pink for this lipstick. It's insane, and I need a life.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. I really do love that.
This is a complementary color to that grass.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh. I feel like I need to step up my game. Do I have a highlighter I can put on my head?
No, you're awesome. I didn't even put my chair down again. I completely forgot to put my chair down again. Hey.
I have a pen.
There, that's cool. I mean, you've got the duotoned walls. That looks awesome. Okay, we should get to the readings. But this is. I love talking with Aiden about being on YouTube and all the things that are involved.
Yes.
Sherry H is another color coordinator. My people. Okay. So we're going to start at 4 minutes 15 seconds in. So we're starting at 4:15, and the first question is, do you see Dems retaining the House and getting the majority in the Senate with these midterms? Oh, Holly's another color coordinated obsessed person. Told you guys are awesome.
Yes.
And yes, Aiden is beautiful just the way he is.
Thank you.
Okay. The energy is not the slam dunk I wish it was. But let's see what the cards say.
Yeah, I've always felt like it wasn't going to be like a big ha in your face moment. I feel like it's going to be more of a there you go. Yeah.
Okay. You go first. You're my guest.
Okay. Sorry, I
Be
missed
my
those before.
guest. Be my guest.
Okay, so drawing cards. Great. Okay, so definitely get the Seven of Swords reversed. I do reversed over on this
Great.
side.
Awesome.
But basically, the Seven of Swords reversed to me is someone getting caught, and I don't feel like this is on the Democratic side. I do feel like this is going to be on the Republican side. I do feel like a lot more stuff is going to come out. So much stuff has come out through these past few weeks, months. I'm from Texas, Kathy. But I do feel a lot more is going to come out. I know everybody's saying that. A lot more is going to come out. And especially with the Seven of Swords. Look at this person, like, just taking all those swords. Look at that. I do feel like just more secrets are going to come out. And I think that that's great. Great for us. But then I do feel like we said earlier, it's not going to be like this big slam dunk. I do feel with the King of Swords reversed, we're going to have to be dealing with some cold, hard truths. Like, it's not going to be easy. We have to really get out there and make a difference.
Yes.
And, if we don't, yep. What else? I do feel like I get the world reversed. And to me, this card, oh my gosh, everything on my cards are reversed. That's not really a good sign. But I do feel like we might feel like a lot has been done, but I get a feeling of it's incomplete. The cycle that we're going through right now with all the secrets coming out, I still feel like we're like in the halfway stages. Everything has not come out yet. If you think things are crazy now, just wait until November. And oh my gosh, we're going to be going crazy. Oh my gosh, did you see what he said? Oh my gosh, did you see what she did? Oh my gosh. So I definitely feel that energy coming on. And I love how I didn't answer the question.
All you can read on is with the energy you get, and the information you get.
But I do see us getting one of the two. I don't know which one.
Uh-oh, so we're going to lose one, you think?
Well, I feel like one is locked in. And I do feel like the other one is very up in the air. We still have to really go through and really get out there and really make a change.
Yes. Vote, please. Please. Okay. Is that what anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay. Do not expect a slam dunk. This is going to take work. This is going to take getting the vote out, driving other people to the polls if they can't get there, reminding people, everything you can do to vote. As far as what I'm getting, this is Trump. Some of the Trump stuff will be behind us by November, which, yay. There's so much evidence against him, and he's fighting his own stuff. But I get that the other side, they're going to fight dirty. I think there is going to be quite a bit of voter suppression. I think there is going to be a lot of bad messaging. The way that I remember before the 2016 election, I was on Facebook, and I vaguely remember Facebook, and there was a post that went through my feed where it was, the Pope has endorsed, or the Pope wants Trump to be president. And I just looked at it and I went, no, he wasn't. He wouldn't do that. And so I was just like, that's no. But it really hit me that it was like some people would see that and believe it. This is what I'm worried about. This is the kicking up sand and grit to try and cover, overwhelm the good things that Biden has done. Can you say infrastructure package? Getting 70% of the country vaccinated. I believe wasn't the unemployment rate isn't half what it was, on and on and on. This is my worry. But this is one thing that's already happening, which is in the places that there are, like we saw in the primaries where Republicans get in, the Republicans who get in general are more extreme. The extremists are getting in on the other side. So that's a matter of who gets in. But the majority, let me have a look. I'll pull 3 cards for the majority in the House and then 3 cards for the majority in the Senate. Let me see here.
Yeah, I just did the pendulum and I got some answers.
What'd you get?
Let's see what you get first.
Okay. And thank you for joining me in the bog of eternal stench.
Yes, I love it. I feel like this is where I belong.
Okay. Women are going to vote. Big progress when it comes to women. Okay. House. Emperor. Hierophant. 9 of Wands. So this patriarchal thing is not going to do well for Republicans. However, the Republicans who are in there, they're extreme. For the Senate, there's this lovely green.
Love that card.
Yeah. Knight of Cups. Knight of Swords. Who? Ace of Swords. So what we have a lot of here is legal matters. Could be January 6th related, or the election interference. But this is big legal stuff that we've got Democrats moving along, and then big legal things that help, I think, are going to suppress some of the Republican side. So there's just some hope there. I'm getting hope. What are you getting, my friend?
Yeah, so I just did the pendulum, and I got a big yes for the House. We're definitely going to retain the House, but for the Senate, I asked if we're going to get the majority, and I just got a no. But we still have time. Things could change.
Yep.
And I learned from the pendulum, things could change. And guys, I went to showcase this. Guess who got it for me? Autumn did. Amazing. Look how generous she is. I always love just saying that. But yeah, I do unfortunately get a no, but I feel like it's going to be. Can the Senate ever be tied?
Yes, it is now. And one of the things that's going on is that my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is don't the Republicans have 50 seats and Democrats have 48, but there are 2 independents that are caucusing with us, and that's the only reason we have control of what gets to the floor and the committees. So we don't have the majority in the Senate now, but we still have control, the Senate, control of the committees.
Yeah, people are saying that's right.
Thank you, Mel. Justice. Illegal stuff is going to have a big impact on the Senate. Sherry H says you were correct about the Senate. Okay, thank you. Page of Swords. Page of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Ace of Swords. This feels like the Republicans are still there, still a problem. This is, I get this card for the underestimated Democrats. They really do underestimate us. But this is some talk of legal matters, and this is what's giving me hope. Republicans are still there, but again, I've got this big sword of truth, this big legal, the sword of Damocles cutting through the Gordian knot. So we shall see. Things change. And nobody who does this is 100% correct. That isn't how this works. We're reading on the collective energy. And if things are certainly tight, they could be wavering, back and forth across the yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. So
yeah.
Just Joy says, cannot wait for Ted Cruz to go. Oh, what a glorious day that would be.
Yeah, it's just like standing on a cliff. You just need that one little push, and then things go in your favor, or things just go in a different direction.
Yep. All right. For the next question at 6, let's just say 17. We have 3 people who are asking the same question. And this was asked by Julia Worcester, hypnotist, Thread of Hope, and Sweet Sugar Jones. I love these names. Will the 2024 presidential candidates for the GOP and the Dems, is the 2024 presidential race going to be between DeSantis and Newsom, Gavin Newsom?
So will this be the people like challenging Biden?
That would be Newsom running instead of Biden or Harris in the end.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna do 3 for the Democratic side, 3 for the Republican side, just because I want to know if it isn't Newsom, what is DeSantis? Is he going to be running? 2024 presidential race. Big showy thing. Oh, I know what this means. Okay. And while Aiden is drawing cards or whatnot, I was going to say something. What was it? Oh, yesterday, I just want to tell people who weren't here, I was reading on, because people keep talking about, will Trump announce his candidacy sooner rather than later. But what I got was that, because if he announces his candidacy, all that sweet, sweet grift money that he's accumulating falls under laws that control election money, which means he can't use it to just line his own pockets anymore and pay off his debts. So what I was getting was that he's thinking that announcing his candidacy will protect him from some kind of legal attack, and then take the PAC money or whatever he's calling it and put it under Junior's name. So then Junior isn't, he's not running for office. That should be illegal, but Kelly, I don't know if we could get to that today, but if you wouldn't mind throwing it into the chat before I come on tomorrow, I'd be really grateful. What did you get?
Okay. So I did both cards and the pendulum. I got a yes for both of them. I think they'll both run in 2024. I don't know if they've announced it. I get my news from Autumn. That's how I get my news, and I think she's a very reliable source of news.
Thank
Um,
you.
I don't really want to do my own little research. I don't want to have to go into that muck every single day. That's what Autumn's channel is. But okay, so I got yes for both of them. I think they'll both run. Um, but I get the Four of Cups. And to me, this is all about looking deeper within yourself, looking um, really at the bigger picture and not taking things for granted. And I feel like this has to do with one of the nominees. I'm feeling more towards Ron DeSantis. Is he the person from Florida? See, I paid attention, guys. Um, but
AKA DeSatan,
oh
or
yes,
Death Santis.
I like calling him Death Santa. Um, so I do think that he's going to have a bit of issues. I think maybe with funding. I think that's what I'm getting. Four of Cups. He's going to have issues with funding. I get the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and this is all about a risky new beginning, a risky new venture. Um, so I definitely think that he's going to have some trouble funding his stuff. And guys, I also get the Hermit, and this is all about looking inside too, and just looking and seeking wisdom. He's going to have to get a lot of help if he wants to um, win. Hopefully he doesn't, but I do see Biden still being president 2024, and then sometime after that. Anyways, but yeah, I do see Gavin Newsom. I get the what is this? Four of Wands reversed. I do see Gavin Newsom um, winning, being the primary candidate for the Democratic side. Is that right? I don't know. Um, yeah, and I do get the King of Wands for Gavin Newsom. Is that his name? Yeah, Gavin Newsom. See, I
Well,
don't know anything about this.
that's okay. But if Biden's president, then Newsom couldn't be the candidate.
Oh, that makes sense. See, I don't know how these things work. But I do think that Gavin Newsom is going to run. I think that's what I was trying to say. But I do see Biden still going out there and being president,
Cool.
which I don't know how I feel about either of that happening. I don't really know how that works. I need to do my own research.
Anything else?
Oh, he could be the vice president candidate. That would make sense. But yeah, that's all.
Okay. What I'm getting is the 2024 election is going to be we've got a really big show. Big showstopper, big deal. This is not going to, is there an election? This is, to me particularly, to a lot of readers like Aiden, we see a lot of, we read on politics and things, so we know. But this is, everybody's going to know. Everybody's going to know all about it. I'm not getting Newsom at all in these readings. I am getting that in the 2024 election, what's really on the ballot is women wanting their rights. It's women's rights. That's on certainly the Democratic side, but in general, that's what Biden and Harris are going to have in their favor in a big way, even though they've done a lot of other really good stuff too. Newsom, it's sunshine and it's the magician and standing up, but it's disappointment right in the middle. And he's trying to kick down all of these cups and what have you. But this is extremism. And this is about him That's about him. That's about him. That is certainly about him. Whereas these cards, these are about the voters. And if you can be running for office and the focus is really on the voters, that's really good. This is just a vanity project, and it's an extreme vanity project. So, yuck. All right. We are at 25:45. We're going to go look at Vicky's question here. 45. A read on Gavin Newsom's future, political future, more specifically. Gavin Newsom's political future. I'm glad they're asking about his personal life, because, I mean, I know we all can be blinded by love or bamboozled by people or whatever it is, but Newsom, your taste in women not always been everything you could wish it to be, but he'd probably agree. Aiden, do you know he was married to Stephanie Gargoyle?
I have no idea who that is.
Trump Jr.'s girlfriend. Not Stephanie. What's her name?
I don't know any gargoyles.
Oh, that's what I call her. Sorry.
Gargoyle? Oh.
Kimberly. Thank you, Joanne. Kimberly Guilfoyle, I think is her name.
Oh.
Kimberly Guilfoyle. Sorry.
Oh, I thought her name was actually Gargoyle.
No, I just call her that. Kimberly. Thank you, guys.
I do think his future is going to be bright, but not as bright as it could be. But I am getting half and half. I'm getting some negative cards, and I'm getting some better cards. I did for Newsom. I asked the pendulum. I'm trying to use that more often now. I asked the pendulum. Sorry, it's really bright. I feel like I'm a ghost. Okay, there. Oh no, that's not better. Okay. There. I asked the pendulum if Newsom would ever be president. Then I got a no. And then I went straight in. I was like, will Newsom ever be vice president? I got a yes. So I don't know who under. I don't think it's going to be Biden, but I do think he's going to be vice president one day. But this goes back to the last question. I think he is going to try to run for president in 2024, or like try to beat Biden out of it somehow. But I don't think that's going to work for him. And I get the 5 of Swords reversed. And to me, that card's all about like accepting the loss, his loss, and just moving on to the next best thing. And I feel like he's been bullied a lot. Like, I don't follow him. Has he been made fun of in the news a lot, or like just slandered by the other side and even by some of his own parties?
Oh, he's the governor of California, so they're always on him.
Oh wow, okay. So I do feel like he gets a lot of hate, and I feel like he doesn't deal with it well. But I'm just diving into personal. I don't feel like he deals with it well. Anyways, but I do feel like most of his ideas come from his team. I don't feel like it really comes from inside. I feel like he has a team around him. Wow, I'm just spilling the tea, aren't I?
No, it's good.
I do feel like he has a lot of people around him. Like, I just picture a lot of. I feel like I picture him in a cave, just surrounded by a lot of bats, and I feel like the bats are just whispering things into his ear. which is, isn't really, I mean, for
No,
Donald
it's not
Trump,
bad.
it was bad, but I don't think it's good, or I think it's good for him. I feel like he might be a little easily influenced by other people's opinions. I don't know his like voting history or anything like that. Do not know the man. But I feel like he is easily influenced by others. Um, oh
Kathy
yeah.
Rollins is pointing out that he survived a recall vote.
Oh wow.
And Glenna Miles is saying Newsom is doing really well in California, so Republicans always trash him.
Yeah, that would make sense. I feel like he's gonna do very well. I get the strength card, so I feel like he's gonna be standing strong, in the future, and he's gonna have this non-aggressive control that really is a breath of fresh air, because we always see Republican leaders just with this aggressive control, like really like taking America by the neck and just, okay, that's too vivid. Anyways,
But not wrong.
yes. But I think he's going to really show that you can be a leader without having to grab him by the neck. Oh, that kind of, never mind. I kind of sounded like Donald Trump there, didn't I? Um, let's see. I also get the Page of Wands with him. So definitely this new stuff around him. I feel like he's going to be like breaking barriers. Um, Obviously, if he's the governor of California, he's going to be very left leaning. So he's going to have all these people around him giving him these new, fresh ideas. And I feel like he's going to be like a leader of change, in the future. So that's what I'm getting from him. Hopefully that made sense to everybody.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, what I'm getting, there are people leaving California because of the taxes, or the very much the cost of housing is really bad, and he has his issues in the state, but right there, that's really the card of the day, the Eight of Swords. It's women voting. It's their rights being curtailed and women voting that is going to help Democrats. The Republicans, they're after him every chance they get. That's not going to change. But whereas Republicans may have a plan and they may be standing up, there's an isolation quality. They're trying to isolate Newsom, but they're working hard, but it feels like they're on a bicycle, but they're still in first gear. So they're just spinning, and it's not necessarily working. And the reason it's not working is the decisions they made, that the Republicans have made against women. So California will continue to have its issues, I'm afraid, but at least they won't be, I don't know, leaving women to die. Just a thought. Okay, 34. Let's have a look. Eileen had a question, number 4 at 34. And thank you for coming on today, Aiden. Really appreciate it.
I love reading on new stuff. I normally try to keep it low on my channel with the political videos. So I'm excited to do this today.
Well, I'm just glad you're here. All right, so Desantis in June announced endorsements of 10 candidates for school boards across Florida. Oh, and I'm sure they were all open-minded liberal types. Of course, I'm kidding. More expected before the August 23rd election. Will something come out of him, about him, before the elections? Basically, DeSantis is being awful. Are negative things going to come out about him before the election that would hurt him politically? DeSantis's political future. Yes, just Californians moving to Texas. Why? And I would imagine if they should be saying, okay, and now where are we going next? It's lovely in Chicago.
Yeah, but it's really hot in Texas, so that's another reason why you probably don't want to move here. Oh goodness, I feel like this man is a drama queen. I don't know anything about him, but I just feel like he's
Oh yeah.
all over the place.
Oh, I use the term drama king.
Yeah, drama king, definitely.
Yeah. And mean.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I get the justice reversed. And to me, this is just like someone in a position of power abusing their power and just being very unfair. Very unfair. Not listening to anybody, like opposed to what's his name? California guy.
Newsom.
I feel like Newsom, yes. I feel like Newsom has people around him. He's just listening, constantly listening and taking everything in. This guy, Florida guy, he oh, look at Jeffrey.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
This guy, he is blocked off. I feel like he is as blocked off as Putin is. Not comparing both of them, just comparing how like blocked off they are from reality. I do think he doesn't listen to people. Desantis, or should I say Death Santa. But I do feel like he just has this like very strong bias and hatred in his heart. That's what I'm getting. And then I do feel like he has very much victim mentality. Don't know the guy. The only thing I know about him is he is trying to do something with school and transgender kids. Anyways, but I do feel like he has this victim mentality. So when hate comes towards him, he's like, "Oh my gosh, poor me. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know why people are hating on me. I don't feel like I did anything wrong." And just like with, or opposed to with Gavin Newsom, I feel like Gavin Newsom has this way of just like really soaking it and letting it get to his heart. And the Death Santa really, lets it get to his heart, but he like protrudes it back out and just is like sending it back 10 times stronger. I feel like, like I said, I think he is a drama king. I get the Queen of Wands reversed, and that's just someone like easily bored. Once he gets bored, he's gonna make some drama and like stir up the pot. But I feel like he is with the Four of Cups, just taking things for granted. He's like, everything's going good. We're going in an upward way. But sooner or later, it's all going to fall down. I didn't answer the question again, but that's what I get. So,
well, that's what you get. That's what you get. Thank you, Just Joy. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Okay. I've got my computer searching for something, but anyway, what I've got for Death Santis is more of the same. He's trying to kick down every medical procedure, every decent, caring, to quote unquote protect the children, please. There's the Eight of Cups is in the center, the Five of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. So there are some there is some evidence, there's some hinkiness there that may cause some problems, but he's still sitting he's still sitting there. But his communication is very far right. And ultimately, going forward, people see him. There's a devil card. This is a voting card for me, making a choice, a legal choice. There's Biden. They have someone to compare him to, and they see the corruption and the extremism and the hatefulness in that extremism. So will something come out? I don't know that it will be something he can't survive, but there are a lot of Democrats who are going to be voting, which will weaken the Republicans. And a lot of it actually around the country, obviously there's some red areas where a Democrat could never win. But the people, there are so many extremists on the right getting in that voters overall are going to be like, yeah, okay, I better go vote. So that's what I'm getting there. Okay. Still good?
Yes. Very good.
Okay. At 41:15, Eileen had a question. Lindsey, that rancid mint julep. Lindsey Graham has decided he's going to fight Georgia's 2020 election subpoena. He is accused of being involved in Trump's attempt to basically he called Georgia and some other states and was like, surely you can look at those numbers again. Yeah, election interference. So he's being subpoenaed by DA Fani Willis's grand jury, and apparently now he's decided he's going to fight the subpoena. How long will he try to drag it out? Arguments used are not legally valid. All right, so he's putting out some arguments, and they're not great. What will happen to him? Okay, Lindsey Graham. Lindsey.
I'm going to ask my pendulum some questions. I'll be like, 1 year, 2 year. Let's see what it says.
Okay. Lindsey Graham, starting Georgia. He expects a certain amount of deference. I get this all the time with him. He expects. He's a mover and shaker. He knows the people, the people in power. Holly and France, I don't know if they have a recording of his calls. We know there's a recording of Trump's call. But Aiden, just let me know when you're ready.
Okay, got it. Simple answer for me, 1 year. He's gonna try to drag it out, and I think he'll be successful at doing that for a year. And hopefully I didn't freeze, but I think I was just sitting here. I think I was just like this.
Yeah, no, you didn't freeze. You're good.
But yeah, I think he's gonna try to drag it out to a year, and I think he'll be successful at that.
Okay, so he'll try to drag it out. What I'm getting is they would like a word. Excuse me, Mr. Graham. We'd like a word. And because he was in the cult, he was down with the calling the different states and being a part of that. So he's gonna try to drag it out. I don't know necessarily if he's gonna have a ton of success, but he's definitely gonna try. He is definitely trying to drag this out. So I asked if there was any more, anything else here, and the Georgia thing is going to be big. And it was to burden the government there to find 11,000 votes. See, oh, look, here's some votes I found from earlier. But they were stopped from doing that. So it's definitely talking about Lindsey being involved for entertainment, only YouTube. but they're definitely talking about Lindsey being involved in the Georgia attempt to tamper with the election. 10 of swords, death cards, 6 of pentacles. One of the ways he's going to drag it out is by just giving barely as much as is required. But he's going to lose this fight. Now, I don't know what the punishment is if you tamper with an election in Georgia, but he's going to lose. 10 of swords and a death card. Yeah. But he'll try to drag out complying, and then once he's complying, maybe he'll plead the fifth, or maybe he'll just give barely an answer. Kevin is correct in pointing out it was to disallow mail-in ballots where the signatures on the form and the envelope didn't match exactly. Yeah, he was pushing for election officials in Georgia to go double check the signatures.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just did a quick check-in with the pendulum again, and I think so it's going to be about a year. He's going to try to drag it out for about a year, and I do get around 9 months. So that's how long it'll be going for.
Perfect sense, because even once the grand jury's done, there may be indictments, but then the actual any trial that might be coming up, there's a big lag time, 9 months to a year.
Yeah.
So that makes perfect sense.
But I feel like the opposing side is really trying to rush this and get it under. So I think it could have been longer, but I think 9 months is perfect for what's his name?
Lindsey
Graham. I think it's perfect. It's like kind of like torture for him, just sitting there and having to deal with this. Perfect torture for 9 months.
Yeah. I love that. Let's do that.
Yes.
As long as it's not real torture. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. At 47:45, Sasha had a question. 47:45. Cruel King Abbott of Texas. How will Governor Abbott be affected by the DOJ? ProPublica has an article. The title is DOJ Investigating Texas's Operation Lone Star for Alleged Civil Rights Violations. And there are various other things too. So how will Governor Abbott be affected by the Department of Justice? Cruel King Abbott of Texas, as I call him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Kathy.
I make Kelly laugh, so that's good. If I can make one person laugh a day, then I'm happy.
Is he married?
I believe so. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Greg.
I do think if he's married, he's having trouble in his marriage. I don't know why that's coming up, but I'm just going to put it out there. So, Republican ladies, if you're single. Just kidding.
It says here.
Oh, people are saying he is.
It just says it says he was born on November 13th, 57. So he's 64 years old. He's a Scorpio. Oh, and Scorpios go bad. And I can say that because I am one. He was Texas Attorney General. He has a daughter named Audrey. It says marriage location San Antonio. So this is where he was married, but it doesn't say anything about Cecilia, who he married in 1981.
Yeah, I do think he may be having trouble with his marriage. So that has nothing to do with the question, but I do feel like it might impact him a little bit.
Yeah, there
Because
you
if
go.
it's showing up in if it's showing up in like this political reading,
It can affect you.
yeah, if he's not having that support. Um, however, I do see him. He's this person, I'm kind of diving into like their personal like beliefs, and for him, I feel like he doesn't accept responsibility for his actions. Like he's just like a little kid, like at a playground. If he gets a bat and hits someone in the head with it, oops, I did not do that. That was my imaginary friend Charles. um, but yeah, that's how I feel towards him. He just does not accept responsibility for his actions. Um, and I do feel like even though he does that, I feel like he has a lot of strength, which for us is kind of a bad thing. He does not let the hate get to him. Um, I feel like he lives in a world of his own. I feel like he doesn't even see the hate. I feel like he just is blinded by it. Um, you know, but someone I feel like needs to take off those goggles and glasses and just like give him the cold hard truth. Like, dude, you're not good. You need to leave. Just wheel on out of here. But I do feel like with the Ace of Swords, I got this. I do feel like he's very strong mentally. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. I feel like just like DeSantis, he has this hatred in his heart. And yeah, like Shay said, that is a common theme among Republicans. I do feel like he's going to keep on putting more stuff out there that people are not going to like, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
Yeah, he's going to keep on trying to with the Ace of Swords, that's like someone's sticking the sword first. Like this is very on the offensive side.
Oh, he's definitely offensive. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
That was great. I love that. He's definitely offensive to a lot of people. Probably his own wife too. Anyways, me just feel like I'm pulling a Kirsten, guys. I'm just going in for the kill here.
We love Kirsten.
I know. But yeah, I do feel like he's definitely gonna try to pull some more things. I didn't answer the question again, but
I wasn't. Yeah, I'm not getting much here about the DOJ either.
Yeah, I didn't get anything about that. But what do you have to say?
What I'm getting is it's brutal. It is brutal in Texas, and he's looking to do even more in adding insult to injury. And even if there's backlash, he's just focused on this very angry victory. And I'm not. I said this about Madison Cawthorn, which is that there are therapists who specifically deal with people who have life-changing or life-threatening illnesses or things happen to them. There are therapists who specifically work with people who, had AIDS back before there were good any medications for them, or you name it, who've been in terrible car accidents or who have come down with stage 4 cancer or what have you. I always get this feeling that he really needs, he would benefit greatly to deal with some of his anger. I get that a lot. And I just get him just being insult to injury, just like you knock someone down and then you step on their hand or something. I mean, it's just this meanness, this cruelty that I get with him. The DOJ may even have something about his corruption, but I'm getting a warning about the damage that he could do before the DOJ can do anything. Also, I have a graphic to share with everybody. Just a second here. Oh, we wish. This is traditionally a card of vacation and retirement, but it's also Trump's base. It's its far right base. So we can guess which one this is referring to. The King of Cups, son. Page of. He'll complain that the DOJ is just Biden's lapdog, and he's going to just continue to be a bully. That's what I'm getting there. So I do want to share this, if that's okay. I've got a graphic to share. This refers back to Desantis in Florida, but to a lot. It refers to Trump. It refers to a lot of these people, and it's I find that most people have somebody in their life who does this, and that this can sometimes help. There is, I even made a graphic for it. In psychology, there's something called Karpman's drama triangle, or as I call it here, the Karpman's handy dandy drama triangle. Amaze your friends. It's an inverted triangle. And at the bottom of the triangle, it's the victim. And when you think about Trump, he's always the victim. No president's ever been treated worse in the history of presidents. Go away, Lincoln. It's the worst. No one's been treated with JFK. Go away. I'm traumatized. I'm the victim, right? And then what they do is then sometimes they're going to try to do something nice. They'll try to do just a little something nice. So they're the savior. They're going to see, but then they never get the appreciation that they deserve. So they fall back down to being the victim. I tried to save them. Look what a great person I am. They don't appreciate me. They're cruel. I am such a victim. And then you get then they become persecutors, they become vicious. And then they get blowback for that. And they're the victim. I was just trying to protect myself. And this is, if a lot of people know somebody who lives on the drama triangle. It is an extremely unhealthy way to live. There's a lot of not taking responsibility for your own life. There's a constant blaming of others. There is if you're going to help somebody with the savior complex up there, like one of the things is I rarely loan money out because I give money directly to charity. But if I ever loan money out, I don't loan it out really. And I'll even tell them, it's like, look, I don't expect it back. If you ever pay me back, fine. But I'm not going to, I just expect that it's gone. And because I don't want to lose friendships, and I don't want, and I'm not going to loan anybody money that I can't never see again. So to me, that's how you actually try to help others. You do it without strings. You do it in trying to actually help others. And it's not about me, I, you need now to show me appreciation. Whereas these people are. In personal interactions, there's somebody I knew like this who would just like get me in a car and just be awful. Absolutely, some trapped in that car, and they're just awful. But then they'd stop and they'd get like one ice cream cone, and by that point, I was just like, whatever. I don't even want one. And then because they were driving, and be like, here, and I'd be like, okay, fine, I'll even hold your ice, whatever. And I'm not even saying anything because I don't want to be there. And then they start getting angry with me because, well, that ice cream's for you. And it's like, didn't ask, I didn't want it, wasn't clear. And then now they have another excuse to be mad at me. trauma triangle.
I think next time you show this, you should replace the faces with people in politics, like Desantis on the bottom. Who else? Abbott on the bottom,
Trump.
and
Trump
Trump
on the
on the
bottom.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would make it much easier for me to understand.
I love it. Anna just said, "You met my mother." Yeah. It's the good news is, because I want to share this because it's actually, this is nice. The person who taught me this said that she was doing therapy for a teenage girl whose mother was just off the rails, but this really helped her because she came in after the fact or so many weeks later, and she was like, "This is so much better." Because she said, I was sitting at the kitchen table, I was doing my homework, and she came in and she's complaining about the car and the drivers and the victim. And she's like, victim. And then the mother goes into persecuting and attacking and being mean, and then goes to the fridge and gets out like something and brings it to the daughter and gives it to her, even though the daughter's obviously, her stomach's upset now because she was just yelled at out of the blue for no good reason. And but she said, I was just sitting there and it was like I just drew an upside down triangle on the paper in front of me, and it was like, oh, look, victim, oh, persecutor, oh, savior, victim, okay. And just to understand that that's what was going on just gave her some power, that it's like, the best thing to do with narcissists is you don't play their games.
Definitely. Yeah. It's like the Bermuda Triangle.
It is.
Don't get stuck in it.
Yes. But anyway, I like to share that with people every once in a while when there's a talk about, the victim. It's like, oh, yeah.
Yes.
Hartman's handy dandy drama triangle.
Yeah.
Okay. At 1:02:30. Beth A. was asking, Biden just signed an executive order to protect some abortion rights. How will that affect everything that's going on? So basically what Biden is doing, will it have a strong effect? Joanne, I agree. Once you understand what a narcissist is, you feel a great sense of relief. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, there are a few narcissists that I've met at my college that I go to. Thankfully for me, they're not in my life anymore. And it's not by my own choice. It's by their own narcissism.
Because you wouldn't play their game.
Yeah.
They don't like that. When you just when they're doing their whole spiel and you're just standing there, not reacting.
Yeah.
That drives them crazy.
Yes. Oh, and I'm supposed to get some dowsing rods today in the mail. So I'm so excited to do that because now I can, instead of using the pendulum, I can actually, you guys can see what I'm getting. Because it's hard for me to like hold it up like this. And just like, it looks like I'm waiting a table, which I will be doing in the future. Anyways.
All right. At 10, let me change this to 104 since we chat now and then. Okay. Biden. What Biden's doing? Will it have? Oh, this energy's bad. Talk about cruelty. Ugh. What did you get, my friend?
Yeah, I didn't really get good things either. I feel like Biden is trying his best.
Yes.
Trying his best. I do feel that.
His heart's in the right place.
his heart's in the right place. That's a great way to put it. I just feel like we definitely need different people in the Senate, in the House, in the Supreme Court. We just need different people. I wouldn't be opposed to lowering the ages. I don't know what the ages are, but I feel like lowering the ages. Like, I think you have to be 35 to be the president. I feel like there are people that are competent enough when they're 20. Or I feel like, no, not talking about me. I don't think I could be president. But I feel like there are definitely people out there younger than 35 that would do a great job. Okay, I'm not dissing Biden or anything like that. I'm just saying we definitely need some people out there that are in the Senate, in the House, that are, that can, because when we put people in these positions of power and they're younger, then they can, we sustain them and we hold them for a long, long time. If we put people in positions of power that are younger, like Ketanji, hopefully she'll be with us for a long, long time. So that's just what I'm saying about that. But I do get for Biden, I feel like he's very weak and tired right now. He's tired of everything that's going on. He's like, why does this have to happen during my presidency? I want it to be perfect. I wanted it to be amazing. I wanted a step up from the last presidency that happened.
I on my channel, I recommended that this big potted plant I have here would be a better president than Trump. And I think a lot of people, and I remember a lot of people agreeing with me on that one. Boo Boo Zen Kitty would be a better president than Trump. But go ahead, please.
Yeah, definitely. And like how I said, younger isn't always better, especially if you go to the Republican side. I know people at my school that are definitely on the right side. And if you put them in as president, it would be a dictatorship. Just letting you know that, like, terrible. But definitely people that are younger on the Democratic side, I think, would make a very big change. And there's this saying, like, only the young. I'm mentioning that because it's Taylor Swift's song. But she has a song called Only the Young. I would recommend you listen to it. It's a very powerful song. It's just talking about how, this generation is the change, is the future. And I do agree with that. I feel like everything we're setting up, everything we're doing now is to help the future generations really, really go on. And I really do hope that we do that. So when I have kids, they don't live in a world like this. Oh goodness, people. But yeah, I do feel like, what was the question? How will it affect? Okay.
Will what Biden is doing, will it help with the abortion fight?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think anything that can be done is going to help. However, it's all up to the other side. If we have two sides that are butting heads, we can't really come to an agreement. If there's people fighting, they have to be like together, going in one direction. They can't be like in different directions. Like, this side's going, is trying to go back in time, and this side's trying to go forward in time. And if this is happening, we're not moving anywhere. We just need to really move forward. So that's what I'm getting.
Kevin Brazil is saying, I don't think Boo Boo Zen Kitty would grift treats. And when I first read it, I thought I would just glance down and I thought it was, I think Boo Boo Zen Kitty would grift treats. And I was thinking he wouldn't need to, because I'm always just like, here. But you're right, he wouldn't. I would just give them freely. Just Joy saying BBZK 2024.
Jen said I would give my vote to a can of corn before I would give it to Donald Trump. I would give it to, like, the wisp, the Harry's on the corn, before I would give it to his hair.
Yeah.
That was a meme one time.
Random dust bunnies. Yeah.
Yes.
For what Biden's doing, this is just a brutal topic. Thank you for keeping the whole reading out of the worst, because this energy is heinous. These are cruel laws. This is the far right. We do what we want, communicating their far right cruelty. But what Biden's doing, even though there's a lot he can't do, that's a big sword of truth and justice, and he really is doing everything he can, and he will continue to do everything he can. But it really depends on where you are. And ultimately, it's up to us to vote. And if we don't, then we're in big trouble. But I think people will go out and vote in big numbers. Too big to rig.
Yeah.
Okay, Hilda had a question at 111. Hilda wants to know about Christopher Wray, director of the FBI. Is he being investigated? Will he step down, or will Biden release him?
Well, if he steps down anytime soon, it's definitely because of what happened January 6th.
Yep.
Like, I don't see it another way. He's not going to step down just for personal reasons. It's definitely going to be about Donald Trump or whatever. I don't even know anything about this guy. Like Kiki Palmer says, who is this man? I don't know this man. But yeah. Let's see. Was he a friend of Trump, or what? Does he have like?
They had their he was there under Trump, but they Brady was really trying for the most part. He was trying to stay away from Trump, but he was walking a very fine line, and it wasn't always great.
Yeah.
Personally, I think we need a new director of the FBI, but here we are. Christopher Wray, come out and play. Personally, I get he's going to be fine, whatever he does, whether he stays or goes.
Yeah. This reading, I'm trying to read like you, how you always pull the middle card. The middle card I got for this was the sun.
Okay.
So I do feel like things are definitely going to come out. Like I said earlier, we're only halfway through the cycle. Things are going to come out. Oh my gosh, you got that too?
Mm-hmm.
Things are going to come out, but I don't know if it's going to come out against the FBI director. I think he's, like Autumn said, he's going to go on living his best life, with his grandchildren, eating Sunday dinners with his grandchildren, not being in jail. But I do feel like definitely things are going to come out. And the thing is, I get the sun and the moon. So, things that are buried in the ground, deep, deep underground, people are going to be coming, swinging with their shovels, and just digging things up. Oh, look at that. There's a text message that is scandalous. Or, oh, look, there's this person buried under the ground. Sorry, that was really dark. Anyways. Skeletons, yes. Skeletons in his closet. Or skeletons buried under the ground that people are going to start digging up. Yeah. So I definitely think things are going to come that are good, and things are going to come that are bad. So I just get half and half, just like the milk. Anyways.
I get he definitely is going to step down to spend more time with his children or or whatever, quote unquote. The reality is you're done. You're done. There is judgment coming. And there was a lot that happened with January 6th under his watch. And that's not good. There's big judgment coming for him. I've got the hanged man over here, and then I've got him just going home. So yeah, he's going to be out. So that's coming for him. So, but I'm not getting him going to prison, or it's just too much pressure against him. And he's like, I'm out. And the president says, good. And bye. And that's that. So we are in agreement.
Yes.
All right. And we have 3 questions left. Are you up for those?
Of course. I could stay here for hours.
Oh, you're sweet. 116, DL Jersey Shore. Is that right? No, 116. The Wisconsin Supreme Court now prohibits the use of most drop boxes for voting. How is that going to affect the voters?
Oh, so these are like the ones that are outside the stations. They could just put their ballots in there.
Yeah, Wisconsin baffles me. I lived there twice, and I don't understand how it can have the liberal nature that it has. It's either quite progressive or it's hellaciously right wing, and
Yeah.
I do not understand it.
People are just stuck in the past, and it's all about being brainwashed. Just being brainwashed by parents, by relatives, by people that raise you. When you're taught all this stuff at a very young age, it just really soaks in, and it's hard for you to get out of. So that's the case for most people when they vote like this.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna refresh over here. Yes, the next January 6th hearing is next Tuesday in the morning. I will be coming on at 8:30 a.m. And then there's talk of there being another one prime time for July 14th, but we don't know that for certain, at least not last that I heard.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to watch your next live stream party. Everybody's getting their popcorn ready for that.
I was trying to grab a question out of the chat I saw, but now I can't find it. Huh. So, how do you think the Wisconsin Supreme Court prohibiting voting ballot boxes is going to affect the election?
Yeah. Well, I do feel like it's, first of all, without drawing anything, I think it's definitely gonna cause problems with people who have disabilities. Like they can't wait in line. They can't, do a lot. If they it'd just be easy for them to drive in their car, have someone like their caretaker or someone like that just drop it off for them. I don't know if is that illegal?
It can't. Well, that's the whole 2,000 Mules thing about these people are dropping things off. You mean for their family? If the person's okay with it, if it's a family, and of course it varies state by state. But if it's a family member, if there's somebody, you live in the same house, yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. So I do feel like that's going to be a very big issue if they're not allowed to do that. Like if you have to go in person to do this, and you're like in a wheelchair or I'm not saying people in wheelchairs can't do that, but like if you're like very tired all the time, if you have these pre-existing conditions that you can't really go inside and you know, be active in all this stuff, it's going to be hard. Definitely not a fan of getting rid of that system. Thank you, Kathy. She said, "I have an old soul."
Yes, you do.
So yeah, I do think. Oh goodness, what did you get?
No, I've got a sudden
Oh,
headache from this energy. It just hit me right there really hard.
yeah. Let's see.
Are you still pulling, or?
Yeah, I'm still shuffling. You can go.
What I'm getting is, yeah, they're trying to limit voting. They're Republicans. This is very corrupt, but it's not going to work. I've got Democrats. I've got Biden. I've got all these Democratic votes. So they're going to do their worst to try and limit votes, but Wisconsinites are going to come out and vote. Thank you, Fran. Just Joy says, isn't there one on primetime Thursday the 14th? We don't know yet. We don't know if there's going to be one on the 14th. At least that's the last I heard. But there is definitely one Tuesday morning. So.
So I do see. I get the Six of Wands, which to me is all about victory. But I don't feel like this is a victory for the good, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's gonna be up to the states, I think. I don't know if they can do this, but I feel like it's gonna be up to the states or up to whoever controls the thing. Exactly. But they're gonna try very hard to eliminate everything, eliminate all of that.
Absolutely. And the question was specifically about Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. Wisconsin. I just did it in general. But
sorry.
But yeah, I do see them states following Wisconsin's footsteps. Definitely. So, and which sucks, which really does. All the rest.
They're going to try every dirty trick in the book. But sorry, go ahead. Please.
Yeah. I feel like all the rest of the cards I got were like kind of negative in response to the boxes. So I do think red states are definitely going to get rid of that for some reason, because they think, oh, voter fraud is going to happen. Like, oh my gosh, dead people are going to come out and vote again. No, you are insane.
Yeah. Okay. So, let me see here. I'm trying to check with Sarah here because there's a headline.
Oh, goodness.
We may need to be reading on cruel King Abbot of Texas.
Yep. Yeah, and I've nowhere to be, so this can go on for forever if you want.
Oh, yeah, I'm tired.
I know.
So Sarah's typing. We're waiting for Sarah at this moment because she's so great and she's so helpful. But Shockwave was saying how Governor Abbott just signed an emergency declaration of removal of all migrants from Texas. And gov.texas.gov. How's that for a URL? At gov.texas.gov, because Department of Redundancy Department. Everyone who came into Texas seeking sanctuary per Biden's changing of the Trump law over the weekend, about 5,000 plus, Abbott has ordered to be dumped back over the border, plus anyone else they can find. Okay, let's have a look at this at 125.
I can just imagine Sarah behind the scenes, like one of those stage managers with like the big microphone and the headset, and she's just like, "Okay, lights, camera, action, 3, 2, 1. We need to have this set repainted. This is terrible. I love that. I love Sarah.
Sarah is so awesome.
And
just putting things in the description box.
Yeah, there are a few personal stories that I have about people that I know that have actually gone through this, because I live in Texas, right? So there are a few personal, like, people that I know that, you know, have gotten through this, and, you know, some of these people aren't alive to tell their stories anymore.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a very real struggle in Texas. So this is not going to be good. But yeah, I have people in my life, and her husband was actually a migrant from Mexico, and you know, was deported from, you know, the United States when he had this terrible health condition. So he was in the hospital, and when he got deported, and you know, in Mexico they don't have good health insurance or health care. So a few weeks after he got deported, he passed away. So basically, Governor Abbott is just sending people to Mexico to die. So that's what's going on in Texas. And that's what happened to this man. But anyways, sorry, that got a little dark.
No, it's the truth. You know, we read on this ickiness.
That was just me lowering myself into the muck.
No, it's the truth. You were speaking your truth, and I'm all about that. That's awesome. That's awesome. This is awful. This is going to stand. Oh boy.
Actually, I don't know what healthcare Mexico has, but their healthcare is not good. That's all I know about their healthcare. Because you know, if it's free, most of the time, it's not the best quality.
Yeah. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And of course, I'm slow shuffler, so I don't have it.
No. And I do this every day, so I'm in my element here. Kathy Rollins is saying, aren't Border Patrol and ICE under the Department of Homeland Security? Abbott has no jurisdiction over international borders. But okay. Do you mind if I go?
Yeah.
I'm getting this is a fight. This is going to turn into a fight. This is states versus federal laws and rights, and Abbott has hurt a lot of people. This is certainly all the migrants, you know, under Trump and all that cruelty. Biden did something good about it. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Fran. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. This is lawyers looking at everything and forming a plan, and Abbott being a bully. Surprise. Shocking, I know. He's basically taking the federal law that says these people are allowed over the border, and he's just turning that on its head for this super far right victory, which turns into a legal battle. My worry is that that legal battle is going eventually to the Supreme Court. This is not helping Texas overall. It's not helping their reputation. It's not helping helping people want to live there in general. This aggressiveness, whereas the Democrats are trying to be more measured. And I've got a tower thing. This is a fight. This is a big fight. It's almost like there's these major arcana, the suspension, the trying to pull everything down versus the law and the sort of truth. And this is an epic battle is what this is going to turn into between federal and state. Shockwave says Abbott is in a panic. Why is he in a panic, Shockwave?
Yeah, I do see Beto winning the election. When is it? 2022 or 2024?
I think you guys tell me. I thought it was 2022. I thought it was November, but
yeah, I think it is November.
Correct me if I am wrong.
But yeah, definitely. Like I said earlier, I think Mexico does have great healthcare depending on where you live. Like someone in the comments said. But especially if you're in the hospital and very, very, very poor, not having enough money to afford that healthcare, even if it is free in Mexico, it's going to be serious in 2022. It's definitely hard to do that. So I see a lot of migrants from Texas being deported to Mexico that are going to struggle a lot with their health and their lives. So basically, I feel like this is not going to be good. This is kind of like Abbott sending people out of Texas to die. Like that's exactly how I feel. Like this is
I'm getting cards of cruelty for cruelty's sake.
Yeah, I feel like this is like in history textbooks in like 30, 40 years, this could be like known as like a genocide, really. And it kind of is if you're really targeting one group of people and sending them out of the country with nothing, separating them from their families with nothing.
This is destruction, the far right night, and just damaging people, trying to knock down everything you can. But I still get the federal government fighting back, trying to fix this, trying to stop the cruelty. But this is cruelty for cruelty's sake. This guy has issues, and his believers have issues. They have anger issues.
Yeah.
They have anger issues. They are narrow-minded.
Yeah, all the cards I got are reversed, and they're all like really negative cards. They're like, imagine people being stuck on a deserted island, just waving their hands, looking for a helicopter to come and save them. That's how I feel like these people are feeling. And I get the Five of Pentacles that really represents that. It's all about asking for help. So I feel a lot of legal troubles, especially for migrants that are, not citizens of the United States. They're going to be, they probably don't have enough money. I mean, the one that I knew, he really struggled. And he didn't have enough money to afford a lawyer to really fight this battle. So most of these people out there are not going to be able to get the help that they're asking for. But I do feel when Beto comes and he wins, and later this year, it's really going to change. But hopefully, it's not going to last that long. So,
would you mind if we just do a quick reading on Beto?
Yeah.
135. And then the 2 questions that are left over, I'm going to roll over to tomorrow, if that's okay, everybody.
Yeah, I need to think about the children that are being deported as well. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
read on. Let me pull you up out of that.
Oh yeah.
Muck,
Yeah, when I get in there, I just get stuck in there. It's hard.
Yeah, no, we're I don't have any cute kitty overlays handy, but that's exactly what they're for. That's what the silly nails are for. That's what the
focus on the kitty. Focus on the kitty.
Yes, actually, Boo Boo isn't in here. I haven't seen him in a while. I'm not quite sure where he's sleeping at the moment. Oh, wait, is he eating? Ha! We might get some Boo Boos and Kitty here in a minute. Oh, there he is. He's eating. He's eating treats. Okay. Beto in Texas. I'm not liking these cards.
Yeah. I just feel like anybody that's in the public eye as a political figure, it's not good for anybody.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Well, Beto would be a good governor, and I get that people should go out and vote, and women will certainly be voting in big numbers for their rights. So vote Democrats if you want your rights. But it's Texas, so I've just got a whole bunch of far right. There's Trump, there's Abbott. This is the far right leader. Even if they are beaten up, you have the Kool-Aid drinkers who are just determined to just go along with the far right thing. So this is strong, but I'm not convinced. I'm not entirely sure it can overcome the far right stuff. It feels very unsteady energy right now.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you guys. I'll hold it up. I'll try to hold it up this time. Let's ask it together. Will Beto win the governor of Texas this fall? It's going towards the yes. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, you're getting a yes. Good.
Will he save Texas from everything that's going on? Getting even a bigger yes. So I think I don't know if it's going to be this year, to be honest. I just asked if he's going to win the governor. So I feel like it could be this year, but I don't know I don't know what the deal is. So
the energy is very on the edge.
Yeah, it could go either both ways. So,
yeah.
But right now I do feel more towards Beto.
Yeah, and I think that's great. Thank heavens. Hi. We got a little Boo Boos and Kitty sighting.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. This is great. You have to come back sometime if you don't mind.
If people like me, I sure.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know anybody who doesn't like you. You are awesome.
I know a few people.
Oh, well, they're deluded.
Yeah.
So, and thank you guys for being here today and all your kind wishes and all your support of Kindness to Aiden too, who does private readings, by the way. And is just starting out on he's got a great website. Just nailed it in the first try, and very, very good prices too. So get in early while you can, because one day this man is going to be charging a lot of money because he can. So, all right. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. It is 1:48 here in Chicago and in Texas. And at 4 o'clock, I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel to do creative sprints. You are all welcome. Sarah should be back today. And other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow. And hopefully Hayden will come back soon. So hang in there, everybody. You're not alone. We are in this together. And there are good days ahead. There really are. Yes, absolutely. There are good days ahead. Oh, you're there we go. There we go. All right. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you later.